Hello and welcome back. Mr. Hall here for our final video in our Inventor review. And this time I'm going to show you how to add holes and to use the fillet feature. Now a hole is going to be different from that cut we just made because a hole is a circle and we can use the hole feature for it. The hole feature is right here. And the fillet feature, it looks like fillet, but in drafting, we call it a fillet. That means we're adding a rounded corner to something. All right? So, just like with our extrusions, we need to add or start a new sketch in order to add a hole. Okay? So we're going to go start new sketch. And we're going to say where we want to add the hole. I'm going to add the hole right here in the top of my rectangle. And to add a hole, the hole feature will automatically make the hole a circle for us. So all we need to say is where are those holes going to go? And what we do to do that is we use the point feature. So underneath the sketch, we click on point. And once we click on point, then we can move and put our point wherever we want. I want to put the point specific dimension. So I'm going to put a point in there, and then I'm going to dimension that point to a certain spot. So to do that, I need to say from the left side to the point, I want it to be 0.375 inches. And from the bottom to that point, I want it to be 0.5 inches. So now that hole is both a certain ways left and right and a certain ways up and down. That's how you can tell a point or a hole to be exactly where you want it to be. Once you have that point in there, then you're ready to go. If you would like to add two, you can do the same thing. So let's add another one over here. And let's say I want that point to be 0.375 from the right side. 0.375. And then from the bottom, again, 0.5. And that's already there. So I just hit enter. So I've got 2 points. And that should create 2 holes for me. So I'm ready to do that. I'm going to hit finish sketch, and I'm going to go to the hole feature, and in the hole feature, right now, it's just making a regular hole straight through. It tells me that I have 2 points selected, it's going through everything, and my hole diameter is 0.25 inches. If I want to make this a countersink, I can click on this button right here to add a countersink. If I want to make it a counter bore, I can click on this button right here. If you hover over them, it tells you what they are. Counter bore will add a little notch like that. And when you do that, you can change the size and the depth of your counter bore. Same with your countersink, size and depth. I'm just going to create a regular hole. So if you hover over countersink, counter bore, I'm going to make just a regular drilled hole. 0.25 inches, that looks good. I'm going to hit OK. So there are holes. And if you look on the left here, once again, I have hole 1, and sketch 5 is underneath hole 1. Sketch 5 has my points with my dimensions. So there are my holes. The last thing I'm going to do is add fillets or rounded edges to the whole thing. And I'm just going to round the outsides of my rectangle and the top of my circle. So I'm going to go to fillet, and I'm going to change the radius. Before I start, I'm going to change the radius by clicking on that and say I want it to be 0.1. So I make it 0.1, and now it's ready to select. And it's got a pencil right here. I'm going to select all of my edges. Click on all of the edges that you want to round, and it will start rounding them off. You may have to rotate your selection. So remember, you can use the orbit tool over here. Click on that and rotate so that you can choose all of your edges. Looks like I'm missing this one, this one, this one, and I think I'm missing one more. Yes, right here. So now I have 15 edges selected, it tells me, and I'm ready to go, so I'm going to hit OK. When I do that, now I have rounded edges on the whole part, and we're good to go. So with that, you have all the tools that you should need to complete our assignments for the week. should have how to do an extrusion, how to add an extrusion, how to edit your extrusions if you need to, and edit your sketches, how to add holes, and how to add fillets. Good luck with the assignments, and feel free to ask any questions as you go, or go back and watch the videos over again. That's what they're here for.